Who got the swag? Forward a man. Mayor my Don John go to check.
What is good, y'all? This is JB here, and welcome to another episode of K-Hip-Hop News. I'm super excited to get into this episode. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different. It was a pretty slow news week, so this episode we're going to rely heavily on a lot of music that's been coming out, because that is what has happened a lot this week. Some weeks are definitely news heavy and major events happen in K-Hip-Hop. Other weeks it's primarily just like an onslaught of releases, and this was one of those music weeks. So we're going to get into that, but I do have two stories for you guys. First story is Cheska's finally back with a new digital single, Swish. Now, before I get into this story, I do want to give a shout out to another YouTube friend I have, the Fly Pino. Shout out to him. He's the one who turned me on to her. I wasn't super familiar with her music beforehand. Apparently, she was actually a member of the popular K-pop group Ex-Fiestar, and so now she's back with some solo material. And some of you guys might be asking, oh, JV, if this is a K-hip-hop news show, why are you talking about an ex-K-pop singer? Well, when you hear the credits to this track, I think you'll definitely understand it. So let's get into the story. Let me read this for you real quick. R&B singer-songwriter Cheska of Grand Line Entertainment has released her debut single, Swish, yesterday. The single is made up of the title track Swish, which features the label's main rapper, Take One, which she stated in the past in Reddit AMAs how big of a fan of she is, as well as the slow jam track Panorama, which was pre-released last year. Cheska participated in producing both tracks. Rapper Lil Boy helped in the writing and lyrics and composing, and Duplex G participated in the production of the artwork. So we got, a lot of rapper participation on there. She's part of Grand Line Entertainment, which, if you're familiar with my channel, I've featured a number of their artists before. So we're getting two songs from her. Really excited to check it out. I was able to peep some of the previews that she put on SoundCloud, but you can check out those songs on iTunes if you're interested. So definitely Cheska, new singer on the map. Hopefully this definitely pops off for her, because she's not the first singer to be in a K-pop group and kind of re-debut as something else, kind of like Cosmic Girl. She used to be in Rania, sorry. The second news story, another quick one for you guys, new SM Station song, and this is the new track Nightmare. You have Hyun, Ready, G2, Inlayer, and Johnny. Now, this is a really interesting collab, and the reason why this is a story is this is like the crazy two worlds that I really love meeting, between metal and K-hip-hop, and also a little bit of pop in there with the vocals. Hyun, you should know, crazy great vocalist. Ready and G2, y'all gotta know them, Highlight Records. Inlayer, an actual metalcore band, I think a Korean metalcore band at that, and this is not their first feature on SM Station. And then Johnny, who I think hasn't technically debuted yet, but was doing a lot of the DJing on this particular track. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick story to let you guys know to check that out. I also have a reaction on the way that should be up within the next few days to the music video for this. I haven't checked out, as of right now recording this, I haven't been able to watch the music video, but I have listened to the song, and just seeing very popular rappers that have dabbled in more boom bap stuff and trap stuff alike, like Ready and G2, kind of jump on a metalcore thing, I think is incredible. Progress made, not just in the K-hip-hop world, but in the kind of metal world in that particular world, in that particular country as well. So definitely do not sleep on this track. I think, there's some historic stuff going on. Two quick stories for you guys, and now we're going to get into the bulk of the show, where I give you guys my recommendations. We got a lot of albums that dropped this week. First album is Victories by Palo Alto. Y'all know how big of a fan I am of Palo Alto, and he dropped his single Home, which is on this album that I did a reaction to not too long ago. And he also dropped the second visual for Victories, which I still have yet to react to. So definitely go check out Palo Alto's new album. It's really dope. There's nice emphasis on soulful, melodic nature, but also you get some great lyricism in there as well. And Palo Alto is definitely one of the more talented artists in the K-hip-hop world too. And I'm glad that he's finally getting the looks that he deserves. Next, Mirio and Giant Pink kind of teamed up for the Rock Scissors Paper release. 3 songs. Mirio, from Brown Eyed Girls, I did a reaction to their newest release, and then Giant Pink. This is not their first collab. I actually, they did something in a cypher some time back, and I will have a reaction to that as well. Somebody, let me know that, hey, this is not the first time, so shout out to you. And I wanted to check out the visual for that. It wasn't that long ago. Next, we have Vito Sings Woo with Mind Rob 1.0. If you're not familiar with Vito Sings Woo, he was actually part of, or I think is still part of, Kinetic Flow, you know, the hip hop collective that's done some stuff, you know, tied with a sniper sound. Kinetic Flow, I've loved their music in the past, so when I heard that he was dropping some solo material, I knew I had to check it out, because these dudes, if you're a fan of bars in hip-hop, like if you go to your K-hip-hop and you just kind of want maybe a catchy chorus like in some trap rap, this is not necessarily the thing for you. But if you're into rappers like P-Type or Deep Flow, people who really go in with the bars, or Nuxall, I would highly suggest you check out this. It's a quick mini album, so not that much of an investment. Go check that out. Lastly, of the albums, we have Crucial Star Fall 2. Now, last week I did a story on how he's dropping a new album, and he dropped the track listing for that. Well, now the album's finally out. There's the follow-up to, I think, his 2012 released Fall. Really love this. I'm such a huge fan of Crucial Star's music. He's kind of the king of cafe rap, as I like to call him. Definitely that smoother, melodic kind of hip-hop that we get from him, and he definitely sticks to what he does best on this particular album. There's definite moments where he's going for more of a melodic singing approach. There's times where he's going more rapping. The feature list on this album is really dope, and it's a nice eclectic mix of great vocalists and rappers alike. So go check that out, Crucial Star Fall 2. And then 2 tracks for you guys. Doflamingo finally dropped his follow-up track to the Cream Villa joint that he did some time back. Buster Call. We got Nuxall and Justice there on the features. Love Doflamingo, one of my favorite producers out there in the Korean game, next to, you know, other guys like Primary and Verbal Gent. So yeah, big fan of Doflamingo stuff. He's always stayed true with that kind of old school throwback sounding hip hop stuff. And so he has this new track here, and I hope people do not sleep on this release, because this is a kind of hip hop that I feel like definitely needs exposure in the Korean game. Really enjoy this release. And then Cheetah with Not Today, she dropped some new solo material. If you're not familiar with her, she's a female MC. I'm Pretty Rap Star 1. Big fan of her music. She's dropped, you know, things here and there, you know, like Star Wars. She's done a lot of collaborative tracks, but it's actually been kind of quiet for her, and I've been waiting for like full-length albums and just some more material from her, and she's kept it relatively lax since, you know, her appearance on Pretty Rap Star. But all of her releases have been really well done, including this one with Not Today. Really enjoy this single. Not necessarily something I see myself revisiting too much, but definitely something worth a look if you're a fan of K-hip-hop. So guys, that's it for it today. I know this is a quick episode, but I definitely wanted to get out a whole bunch of recommendations for you guys to check out, because there's been a lot of really dope music coming out of the K-hip-hop game. So till next week, this is JV here. Let me know what stories have you heard this week that you want me to know about. What have you been listening to this week? Do you have any recommendations for me? Till next time, this is JV here. I love you guys. Bye.